Solving problems in Excel can be done in many different ways. Some are the traditional method, some are with formulas, some are a combination. Let me introduce you to a couple different ways to use functions and why it's important to incorporate functions into your worksheets. Let's get started. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Section 9.5, here's a quick way to solving problems with Excel functions. The Excel functions serve a useful purpose. Here's an example. To calculate the average of the values in 10 cells, A1 to A10, without using a function, you have to construct a formula like this. Equals A1 plus A2 plus A3 all the way, and you have to divide that by 10. However, and we all know that's not very pretty. And even worse, you need to edit this formula if you added another cell to the range. Fortunately, you can replace this formula with a much simpler function using average. And it's very simple. You hit equals average, A10 to A10, A1 to A10, and we can equals, type in average, and just highlight this 1 to 110. And in the past, you used to need to close out this parentheses, but with 2021, you can just simply hit enter because there's no information in here. It shows an error. So we can add a 1, a 2, a 3, and there you go, average. Pretty simple. That's the average function. Otherwise, we would have to go equals A1 plus A2. And there's nothing wrong with this. A3 plus A4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. And you can do this. If this is your style, do whatever works for you, okay? 9 plus a 10, and you want to divide that by 10. Now you can see the difference here. Because I went through, used this A1 to A10 divided by 10, we have a different number than this function. Why is that so? Because we're adding nothing. We're adding 0 here. Well, let's figure out why that's happening. Let me just point out something here that is sometimes overlooked with the average function. You can see here the average, we use this average function here, and we went average A1 to A10, and we have an answer of 2.6667. But then if we go in and we put in average using A1 to A10, we have a different answer. So keep that in mind. Why? Because the average does not count blank cell. Whereas if you use the simple A1 plus A2 technique, it's going to count every cell. So over here on your right, you're going to see I went ahead and I duplicated the average and I put 0. And here we have the same answer using the average function as the old technique of adding A1 and dividing by 10. So keep that in mind if you're using one technique over the other, and you have blank cells, this old technique is going to count everything. The average does not count blanks. Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Thanks for watching.